Folks, I guess a lot of people, and I mean white people, have gotten the message. Obamacare enrollment has set a new record this year, and that's with the Trump administration basically doing damn near nothing as far as advertising the open enrollment period, which they have reduced the enrollment period by 30 days. Last year it ended January 15th, and the Trump administration has ended it on December the 15th. The Trump administration also has taken down the ACA enrollment system, the government enrollment system, 1 day a week, which is on Sundays, where last year the system was up 7 days a week. So Trump is trying to do everything he can, including his attempt not to repay the various insurance companies based on government obligations, which he had the power to do, but even he had to pull back on that one because all hell was going to break loose. Now, if you're not aware of it, the state of New Hampshire has voted in opposition to its governor to expand Medicare to the citizens of the state of New Hampshire. Now, and I'm not going to mention the governor's name, but he's the guy that did all the racist rants about drug dealers coming up into his state from New York and using various names, and also stated that these drug dealers were impregnating white women. So, and I'm not even going to get into all of that. But the legislature made several attempts to expand Medicare or accept the Medicare expansion of the ACA, and every single time the governor has vetoed that expansion. Well, he's going to have a hard row to hoe on this one, because the people have voted to expand Medicare in the state of New Hampshire, and he can't veto that one. The only thing he can try to do is to limit or restrict it, and the legislature has the power in order to set those terms, to lock them in, and a veto would have absolutely no effect on in this particular case. So it looks like the ACA is here to stay, because the Republicans now, knowing that healthcare is one of the top things that people are going to the voting booths over, and that the ACA basically is up somewhere around 60% approval across the country, they have a problem, and they basically need just to let this thing go and to fund it properly legislatively, so Donald Trump can get his greedy little mitts on it and try to get rid of another Obama accomplishment. So hopefully other states will see the benefit of enacting this via the ballot box, and the Republicans will have to look elsewhere in order to fund their tax cuts to the wealthy. And speaking of tax cuts, if you've had an opportunity to look into the tax legislation that the House of Representatives basically is going to try to run through, and I don't even think that it's going to get to the floor for a vote, especially before Christmas. They are attempting to hurt the middle class, not help it. And they give this phony baloney reasons for the tax bill. They're going to increase the exemption that people get. They're going to double it. But what good does doubling the exemption, the individual exemption that you get, if they kill state and local income tax deductions they basically kill people who have adopted children. They were getting a tax credit. They killed that. They basically are doing everything they can to kill the ACA, which they have been unsuccessful in, but their actions are causing premium prices to rise, so that what Mr. Tim Scott, the senator from South Carolina, said he and the Republicans want more people to have control of more of their money. But having control of your money when you have to pay out more, in my opinion, really isn't control of your money. So as far as the death tax or the estate tax is concerned, that only benefits the super rich. Now let me back up. It does benefit the super rich. Anybody with assets of $5 million or more, they basically will benefit from that. But Joe Blow, you, me, and anybody else, there's no benefit to us. So that removal of the estate tax basically is a tax cut for the wealthy. The fact that they want to reduce business taxes from the statutory rate of 35%, and I say statutory because the effective rate of business tax in this country is somewhere around 18%. Well, hell, they want to reduce the statutory rate down to 20% while leaving all of the tax loopholes in place. So that, in effect, is probably going to take the effective rate of business taxes down somewhere around 11 to 12. All of that translates into a $1.5 to $2.5 trillion budget deficit. Who exactly is going to pay for that? The answer is middle-class people and poor people. Now, poor people don't contribute a lot, relatively speaking, to the amount of tax revenue. Okay, so how would they pay for that? They would pay for it through the reduction of services provided to them, i.e., welfare benefits would be cut, healthcare benefits would be cut, educational benefits would be cut, housing benefits would be cut. That's how poor people pay for the tax giveaways to the rich and the mega corporations. The middle class pays for it, obviously, through increases in taxes. And that's exactly what's going to happen. Even though they advertise this as a tax cut for the middle class, they even acknowledge themselves that taxes for the middle class, anywhere from 2018 to 2023, are going to end up higher than they are right now. So, folks, if you're voting your pocketbooks, and that's the first place that most people, most sane and sensible people vote, if you're voting your pocketbooks, you better let these guys, especially these Republicans, know that this is a non-starter for you. And if whoever votes for this thing, whether it goes through or not, you are going to be up their asses when it comes time to vote in November of 2018. And I don't care if it's a Republican, which those are the majority of the people that would vote for this thing, but even some Democrats have indicated that they might be open to vote for this particular bill. You need to let them know that they will be an extinct species if they vote for this particular bill.